Hey guys, so now we're going to be making our drawing for our boat. So we're going to take all of the different parts that we've made, we've assembled them, we've made a presentation. Now we're going to put all these together and make our drawings. So for this, what we're going to do is, I'm actually going to make my face on this a little bit bigger. It's going to cover up all of the Microsoft Teams notifications. And we're going to go up here to the new icon again. And we're going to go down the bottom here, and we've messed around with presentations, we've messed around with assemblies, we've messed around with parts. Last bit we're going to do is use the drawing one. We're going to use ISO, DWG, and you see the different ones that we can use. And we're going to be using the template. There's other ones in there that you could also use as well. That also looks pretty cool. But I'm going to use this one and go create. Does take a second to load up. The first thing that you need to do is make sure this is the right size. The way we do that is by right clicking on a sheet in the top left and then going down to edit sheet. Now we could add a sheet name in, but we don't really need to. We have all of the other stuff when we save the file and when we've got stuff written down in the title block down the bottom there. But first what we're going to do, you could also change the orientation if you wanted to. We go to A4, so instead of A3 we're going to A4. And now we've got our clear sheet. Now this is just going to be our color page, so I want to have a couple different images of the boat on this. So if I go base view, and we've got our presentation view we can add on there. I might add that in color, so we go OK. And then we're also going to place a base view, and we're going to have to click on open existing file on there when this window pops up. And we're going to go boat assembly open. And you can see here that it opens up like that. We could actually have a 1:1 scale, I think. Make it a bit bigger. Might have that there. And this looks going to look funny for now, but trust me, it's going to look okay. And then we'll see if we can grab the little one, move it over here like it's an ISO drawing. And I like that. That looks pretty good. Alright, cool. So I'm just going to quickly double click on that. We want hard lines, but we don't want hidden lines on this one there. We just want it to look like the boat. We've got this one here with the hidden lines shown as well as blown apart, so that does make it look pretty good and you can see what you're doing. Now the last bit that we could do, I might actually add that up the top, down there. Last thing we could do is if I place in that drawing we had originally of the wooden boat, open that. Let's see how that turns out. You see there that it doesn't include any of the actual parts on it, so it's a little bit pointless at the moment. So I'm going to cancel that. Now I'm going to add in all their different parts. So no, I'm not. First thing I'm going to do, I need to fix this title block down the bottom there. So if we go File and go iProperties, and we go to Summary, we're going to call the title of this is Wooden Boat. Subject is Woodwork. Author is Mr. Laxton. Or for you, it would be you. I've managed myself to create this. You guys will probably put me down. And Ranella East. Trying to make sure we keep our capitals in this as well. I'm going to copy that really quickly and we're going to go over to Project. So you can see down here that we have a couple of different parts we can use Ranella East College, so I've just highlighted that and copied it so I can paste them in there. Now what we can also do is part number 1, stock number 1, description, wooden boat, revision number 1, and project wooden boat. And now we're adding my name in again. So designed it, engineered it, given myself the authority. This project actually only costs about 50 cents, so I shouldn't go with that, because it's one small piece of 70 by 19. Partner, so the status of this is release. We do already make it in the school, and I'm the one that's checking over all my stuff. Sometimes not super well, but we try our hardest, don't we? Tick those and then go OK. And you see there I've filled in the title block. So next step, on the next page we're going to put our different parts in. So if I go up here to, I'll save this first actually. So I'm going to save this as cover page. This is the first page that we're going to have. It gives you a little bit of information, but it mostly just shows you what you're going to make when it's all put together. So now if I go up to new, I'm going to select the same thing, metric, and we're going to be doing our ISO as well. I'm going to create that. But again, unfortunately, we have to go back over here, right click on sheet and go edit sheet and change this to A4 again. And that's going to make it like that. Now we're going to go to base. It wants to open up our presentation view. It's going to want to do that every single time. So we're going to have to start finding our different parts. I'm going to open up my base part and move that around like that and have our different angles. I'm going to have it like that. That looks good. Alright, and that's going to give us all the information we need on that. Next part we're going to do, so if I go base again, we can add in our, say, triangles. Trying to make sure we keep these nice and accurate, just like that. Okay. We actually don't, I don't think we even need, yeah, we do need two views for that. And then go okay. And then the final part we need to add is the, oh no, two parts. We need the dowel and we need the upright. So going over here and we can go to upright, open that. Opening this over here. And then okay. And then let's go base one last time and we need to find our dowel component. We'll have this inserted in here and go okay. So we've got all of our parts in here at the moment. Now we need to use all of our, we need to use the annotate tool, dimension tool to add all of our different measurements that we need to make this. So I normally start with all of the overall sizes. So starting over here, we'll go like that and we'll go okay. We've got the overall size for this one, overall size for this one, overall size for this one. Going to cancel that actually. Right click and go okay if you need to get out of the dimension tool. I want to get rid of that measurement because I'm going to add it on the bottom part. Just like that. 70 millimeters is the size of it. And we can also do one for the top, so we need to make sure we have overall width as well. And then overall width on these as well. You see there that it snaps to the position that you want. I did width on that, not the height. Okay, so we've got those set up. Now we can add other things, like we're going to add in the depth of that hole that we're drilling. And then we can also use our dimension tool and we'll do the depth of the, the depth of those. We've got this nifty view here so we can add the size that we're making those. Always adding in both. It's always good to have more information rather than less. Zooming in a little bit and we'll add the diameter of this and go okay. And we'll add in the size of this. Okay, alright, I'm pretty happy with that. We'll add the width in here just so we know. Okay, that's why I kept that, because that's the measurement we needed. Again, actually I forgot about the dowel again. Need to make sure we get the overall size of that. There's only two measurements that matter with this, that one and this one. Okay, we need to know the size of the hole in there. Okay, and we also need to know the distance down from the top. That's what we used before. You can see there that's actually worked out pretty well. So now we have all of our different parts that we need. One thing as well that I like to add is center lines. So adding in our center lines specifically to circles, but we also need to make sure we're doing it to our big parts with a center line through the middle. Just there, right click, create. We've got our center line through there. We've got our one there as well, so that is okay. So now that we've done that, we just need to fill in our title block again. So file, iProperties, summary, title, wooden boats, subject, woodwork, author, me, This will actually be you. This one will be me for both of us, actually, as well. And then Ranelli's College for the bottom there. Oh, right click. Right click and drag to copy that because we use it a couple times over here. So cost center and vendor and 50, and then we can go up here and copy and paste my name a couple times in both engineer, designer, project. Here's wooden boat, revision number 1, description. Wooden boat parts, 1 and 1. And again, writing the same things in here, so released. We're going to go released in here as well. Still got my name selected from the last one. Clicking those in there. You're going to have to put my names in there as well because I'll be checking through yours at the end and go, okay, so we've got that all filled in. So now we've got those 2 parts. I'm going to save this as parts, save. And then the final thing we can do is actually export these as PDFs because this is how I'd like you to hand it up. I'd also like you to hand up the video that you make as well if you go that far and make one. You go to export, export as PDF. We can call it parts, save. We need to keep that consistent. Cover page, file, export PDF. And we're going to save that as well. Now the beauty of doing that is that if we want to make a little booklet, we don't want to hand up multiple files, we can open up this and we've got parts, so left click on there, hold down control, click on cover page, right click and go combine files in Acrobat. Now you should have these 2 files there and click combine. Now you've added these 2 pages together, which is really awesome to see. You can go through and double check on your drawing that you've got the same measurements as me, and then you can just hand up this here. And I go save. We're going to save it to, choose a different folder. I'm going to go to Autodesk Projects. I'm going to save it in that same wooden boat. I like to keep all my projects all together. Wooden boat project is what I'm going to name that, save, because it's got all my parts together. So now we've done that, I've shown you how to make all the parts for the wooden boat. I've shown you how to assemble all your parts together. I've shown you how to make a drawing, and I've also shown you how to make a PDF booklet of this that you can submit on Sector. So hopefully you've learned a lot, and you'll stay tuned for the next videos.